they were not taken seriously, that they were ignored.
This afternoon, the federal jury returned guilty verdicts on 6 counts against Robert Kelly. 3 of those guilty verdicts were for producing child pornography, and 3 of those verdicts were guilty for Robert Kelly enticing minors to engage in sexual activity. Robert Kelly and his 2 co-defendants were acquitted of other counts they were charged with in the indictment. The evidence at the trial in this case revealed reprehensible conduct. That Mr. Kelly engaged in sex acts with multiple girls under the age of 18, and he recorded some of those sex acts on video. We are pleased with the fact that Robert Kelly is finally being held accountable for that reprehensible conduct. We are particularly pleased that Robert Kelly is finally being held responsible for the abuse of his 14-year-old goddaughter. As you may recall, that was the subject of the 2008 trial in Cook County. And the jury in this case found him guilty of that very same conduct.
So yes, today we are finally putting closure on a chapter in a lot of people's lives, including Mr. Kelly's. As you know, there was a mixed verdict, but we won more counts than we lost. And what is reassuring about this, and something that I have been fighting for and was fighting for from the beginning, is that if this jury concluded that he was guilty on the first 3 counts, would they care enough to consider the evidence on the rest? And they demonstrated that they did. And they did their job. They looked at each count separately, and they obviously concluded, as I concluded long ago, as this case was overcharged. The government wanted to, as I said during my closing arguments, be greedy, and they charged counts they couldn't win, and I begged the jury to remember that he's a human being, and I think they did.
My son got out of law school, worked on this case till 3:30 every morning to find his father not guilty. Thank you, and God bless you all.